I'm proud of the way the guys have responded to the overall experience, and it's a lot of fun to work with this group of guys. They're very attentive, very professional, and come to meetings and do what they're supposed to do, and off the field as well.
What has kind of the transition from going to running backs to tight ends been like for you?
I feel like I could coach any position on the field. Glad that Coach Muschamp has the confidence in me to coach another position. I've coached quarterbacks for him. I've coached running backs and now tight ends. And, I feel like as a coach, you should be able to teach. You're a teacher, and you're teaching the X's and O's, but you're also coaching life. And regardless of what position I'm working with, that's what I'm going to do.
Has it made the transition easier for you and the guys having an older group in that room?
It definitely helps having older guys in the room. With Will Register and Markway and Pollard. Those guys have been leading the group and have done a great job. And Evan Henson's coming on. He misses a lot of practice because of class, but he has a chance because he's got a lot of talent. Just got to get him more reps on the field, and it's been a great experience for me. It really has. It's kind of rejuvenated me, I guess you can say.
Pollard showed flashes last year of the offensive skills that made him such a good player in high school in Georgia. Do you see him harnessing that and putting the complete package together for you this year?
He's a very good athlete. That's what I was able to recruit him when we first got the job. I was able to recruit him out of South Georgia. And, he's one of those guys, he's got a lot of savvy. He understands football. He practiced for 4 hours in high school per day, so he understands what it takes to be a good football player, all the way from being a long snapper to being a tight end to being a fullback to being a receiver. And just got to get him to produce on game day. And I'm excited about this year for him.
You mentioned Evan, but just what are your expectations for him this spring and then moving forward into the season?
He's a tremendous athlete. He just got to decide if he wants to be a football player or not, and commit to it and say, hey, I'm going to be a good football player and not just be a guy out there on the field. It's completely up to him because he's got a lot of talent.
What were your conversations? Did you talk to him at all before he made the decision to ultimately give up basketball? What were those like?
He had told me before he was thinking about doing it, and I think he knows that for him to elevate his game, he's going to have to commit to more time to football, and it was completely his decision. Obviously, it's great for us, for him to be able to do both, to be able to play football and basketball in the SEC. It's a tremendous challenge, but he's decided to concentrate on football.
What does Will kind of show you guys kind of behind the scenes? Will Register.
Will, I think Will technically is doing a really good job. Just got to get him to be a little more physical. We expect him to be our inline tight end. We want him to be the guy that put his hand in the ground and be able to block at the point of attack. He's probably one of the biggest, strongest guys we've got. We just got to get him to produce.
What was the conversation like with you and Coach Muschamp in the transition from running backs coach to tight end?
It just really, he asked me, if I could coach tight ends, and just basically, yes, sir. When you're a position coach, you're willing to do whatever you got to do to prop the head coach up, and that's your job. And if he asks you to coach the tight ends, yes, sir, and you do whatever you can to help the program from a recruiting, coaching standpoint.
When did those happen?
It was, I don't know the exact time frame.
Before or after the bowl?
Yes, it was after the bowl game. Yeah, it was after the bowl game.
What do you like about this group of signees you got coming in with, I guess, Keyshawn, Tony, and a few others?
Keyshawn has done a really good job picking this system up. He is really going to be a really good player. I'm excited about his future. Trey Kenyon just got in. We got to get him out to practice now and get him caught up to speed. Just going back and looking at his video from high school, he is really talented. So I can't wait to get him out on the field and see him running around on the grass.
What kind of tight end is sort of Keyshawn? What kind of style is he sort of?
I think he's a wide receiver that can play tight end. Mm-hmm. When you look at his tape from high school, he's a guy that's splitting guys down the middle, and he can really run. He's a big guy, 245, 250 pounds, and can motor.